Hello, I'm Vanessa.
Hi, I'm Rae,
And we are on the leave.
So today we want to talk about who would consider hiring a professional organizer,
Yeah.
right? We're not here to hard sell us. It's just, like we realized that the people that we worked with, they all had kind of similar struggles and challenges, and they may not know who is the right person to help them.
Yeah.
So today we're just gonna lay that all out, and if you resonate with that, then maybe you might consider looking for a professional organizer, right?
Doesn't have to be us.
Yeah, but if you want to, that's great.
Yeah.
So yes, I think the most common type of clients that we see are people who kind of feel overwhelmed
In
their
general,
home.
right?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, in life.
In life, not just in their homes,
Yeah.
but home is like somewhere that they are every single day, right? Especially after a long day of work, they get home and the home is still like so much to handle, and then they just can't cope or like function at their best. I think it's because the pure fact that physical clutter, it is physical, but it also is a reflection of
Your insides, right?
Yeah, your insides. Yeah. Like how you it's a mirror, it's a reflection of that, and it's very chicken and egg. Yes, you can, if you have a clear space, you have a clear mind, right? But also if you have a clear mind to begin with, usually you wouldn't have a cluttered space.
Exactly. So it's like a vicious cycle that just
Mm.
perpetuates, right?
Mm.
And this chicken and egg thing is something that we're gonna always mention. So chicken and egg is what we use to talk about situations that like one thing needs to move before the other thing can move. But if the other thing doesn't move, this thing is affected as well. So it's like, which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Or which should come first in this case, right? The chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So yeah.
So which is why like I feel a lot of times at the heart of it all, what we do is not just
the physical
part. We're actually in the space of like mental wellness also, because a lot of times after decluttering a home, setting up systems, our clients do feedback that, oh, I feel so much lighter now. Yeah, it's just that transformation can bring so much lightness and change in their heart space, right? Yeah, so I really believe that what we do can make a huge difference in that.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I think coupled with that is the fact that they usually can't find their things.
Yeah, it's either they can't find their things, or suddenly they find multiples of the same thing because they realize that when they couldn't find it, they bought multiple.
But it may be in other parts of the home.
And we've also noticed that many of these clients turn out to be clients diagnosed with ADHD.
Or undiagnosed, but
undiagnosed, suspected. Yeah. And it's very common.
There's no shame in that.
No shame in that.
No shame,
Yeah.
no judgment. But a lot of our clients also openly share with us that they have ADHD, and we just have to be more mindful in terms of then how we design the storage solutions for them. Yeah, because usually it has to be a bit more visual, right?
Yes. So normally for ADHD clients, we tend to go with the visual side of things, just so that things are out in the open, it's easy to access and easy to see and notice. Because for ADHD people, out of sight equals out of mind. Yeah.
And if I'm not wrong, I think someone shared with me that there has to be like a very clear step-by-step system. First you do this, next you do this, and then you do this. So even like having simple like instructions or like step-by-step instructions will be useful around the house, something like that. Yeah. So I feel like not being able to find your things can affect so much. Like it feels like it's just
you
like
get frustrated, right?
Yeah, it can be just like a momentary frustration, but it can affect a lot.
Exactly. So like you can't find your things for one day, you're like, oh, frustrating. You can't find your things for a week, a month,
and it's not just that one thing. It could be other things also. From your bedroom to your kitchen to your storeroom.
Especially when you're in a rush, right? What's this thing that I need? And then you just give up.
Yeah, and that can add to a lot of mental stress, mental load also.
Because at the back of your mind, you're always thinking, I need to find this thing that I'm missing, or I need to replace this thing. And replacing is another thing, because then you have to find the time to actually do it, right? Or you need to go and pick something out, and that's mental load also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we have less to begin with, it would
Yes.
be a lot better. Yeah, you have less to take care of overall. Yeah. And I think like something that our clients also often inquire about our services are also like when they realize that their interior design is like not optimal. Yeah.
I think for people who own their homes or they're moving into a new home, it's not so bad, because we do review plans sometimes, right? Renovation plans, and then that's where we can help to adjust according to your needs. It's when the house has already been built and you can't change things, or it's a rental, and you can't make adjustments, or you can't tear things down and rebuild them again, then it's kind of just stopgap measures, right? When you try to just deal with what you can, right? Just work with what you have.
Yeah. And that's when we have to get very creative in solutions, especially in very small homes, like small condos, rental, and we have to be very creative with using vertical spaces.
Corners, for example, like poorly designed corners that are very inaccessible.
That's a huge waste of space, because otherwise if the doors were designed differently, the accessibility can be there, then you will be able to store stuff inside. Yeah. Or like, you know, some places that we've been to also, they have like platform beds and then wardrobe right beside, and the bottom part you can't access that the part of the wardrobe. Yeah, many interesting interestingly designed interiors we have seen. Yeah, but at the same time we do acknowledge that, especially for first-time homeowners, they don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
Unless they are super into interior design, and that was what I wanted to do. I love interior design. I thought I was going to be ID, but no. But this is my dream job, because it's like kind of like ID, but not really, right?
Yeah.
So they don't know what they don't know, and they might fully just go with whatever the interior designer says. But at the same time, the interior designer is also probably prioritizing and focusing a lot more on overall design, aesthetics, and storage solutions may just be a more generic templated type. They may or may not, depending on the ID, spend too much time discussing on how you want the storage interior of the storage to look like, be it shelves or drawers, or how tall drawers you want. But that's something that we believe is very important to pay a lot more attention to, right?
So if you are planning a renovation right now, I think one major thing you should talk to your ID about is if you have any special hobbies or things that you need to make space for. Yeah, that's one thing that people commonly forget, is to accommodate for the things that are not so common that they have.
Like, for example, music equipment.
Yeah, bikes.
Bicycles, yes. Or if you are like
you love camping, for example.
Yeah, or if you do a lot of craft,
yeah,
and different types of craft, and you want all of that to be in the same room.
Yeah.
Even baking, right? Like if you have a lot of baking equipment, you would need
more space to accommodate for that.
Yeah, and also appropriately designed storage spaces in the kitchen to accommodate your baking trays.
Yeah, even things like moving the appliances around, right? You need to think about the flow of that also. Yeah.
So that's something we can help out with, and some of our clients have engaged us for that. So if you're interested in getting us to review your renovation plan, how it typically works is after your interior designer comes up with the first draft, you can send it over to us. We will review it, and then we would, coupled with that, we would send a very detailed assessment form to find out your lifestyle needs and goals. And then we will arrange a consultation call to discuss and propose changes to your ID's first draft. And then subsequently, you can bring this amended draft back to your ID to discuss further.
I've also done calls together with the ID.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, because it's much faster.
Okay.
Actually. And then directly ID can tell me what can be done, what cannot be done. Yeah, so that's also possible if we can find a common time.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, and so on that note, because a lot of clients use us for this renovation service, right? So actually, a huge part of our clients are people who are moving houses. Yeah, so people, I think a lot of us in Singapore do not know that we offer moving services. We don't actually do the moving like the movers, whereby we move the actual boxes.
We unpack.
Yes, we help to pack and unpack. Yeah, so we do offer pre-move decluttering. So that should happen about 3 to 6 months before your actual move. What we do is we really help to go through every area, declutter, and things that you do not need in the recent few months. We can pack them into boxes and stack them up nicely first. That's for pre-move decluttering. And then for in between, while waiting for renovation, that's when we can do the space, storage planning, and cabinetry valuation. And then post renovation, when you're ready to move into your new home or newly renovated home, we can do the move in service, whereby so what we've done for some of our clients is that we'll wait at the new place and then wait for the movers to deliver all the boxes. And because usually movers deliver in batches, because you typically pack in the morning between 9 to 11, and then they'll deliver over by lunch. So we may like start the day about 12 to 1, unpack, and batches by batches. And we do it very thoughtfully, right? We don't just like open and shove things away.
No.
We do it very thoughtfully. We plan out exactly what goes where, what category of things goes where. And we do use some temporary storage solutions as well, like organizing bits. But after everything has been unpacked, then we might finalize exactly what storage solutions that we recommend for you.
And again, not everything is set in stone, right? After we've done the organizing, so we always leave space for clients to try it out, especially because it's a new home. You need time to get used to the flow of the new home, how you move around the home, how you use the appliances and the things in the home. So we always leave some space for us to
make
adjustments, review things with you, see how things are working out. And we can always change things, like no hard feelings, right?
Yeah, and which is why we believe that this process should not be rushed. Yeah, it's a very intentionally thought out process, and we've noticed many times, like our clients think maybe they want certain things in certain places, but after they live in, they actually it's not as the flow is not as smooth, and they prefer to change little tweaks, and that's perfectly okay. And I think a lot of times it's also like, for example, if some clients, they want new house, new slate, right? They don't even bring their food over.
No.
Yeah, so it's totally empty kitchen. So we won't even know what organizing products to use for, say, their fridge or their pantry. So we might then get them to live in, buy some stuff first, then we come back again to then fill it up with appropriate organizing bins. Yeah, correct. Yes, so that's for moving, right? Because I think moving itself is like very overwhelming.
But not just for local families moving, also expats moving into Singapore, or expats moving homes from one rental to another, sometimes different sizes, right, of homes. Yeah, so we do that quite a lot as well.
Yeah, because I think for a lot of the expats that come over here, their homes back in their home countries are usually a lot bigger. Yeah, it's typically like houses, right? Yeah, and then when they come here, they usually like sometimes they shift into a landed property or like a condo, but it really depends on what they used to have. But we're very mindful that because they have 4 seasons, they celebrate a lot of festivities, right? So they usually have a lot more things than, well, may or may not have more things, but the kind of things they have are different compared to a Singaporean household. Yeah, so a lot of our expat clients do like come back to us 1 to 2 years later when they are then moving to another place, because usually rentals are about 2 years. Depends on how nice their landlord is, whether or not they were gonna increase their prices, right? Yeah, correct. Then a lot of the our other clientele that we see that get our help to organize their homes are like people like us,
parents. Right? Busy working parents, right? Or even just overwhelmed parents, even non-working moms, right? Stay-at-home moms. Because can you imagine having so much to do at home already, and you still have to go and organize everything? It's it's not easy.
It's
Yeah.
not
It's a
easy.
whole other job.
Yeah.
Yeah, on top of what you need to do, like chauffeuring, cooking, cleaning, child minding.
Child minding.
Yeah, being a teacher, educating, right? Being
Yeah.
doctor, nurse, everything. Yeah, and then on top of that, professional organizer also.
Mm.
So it's not the easiest job.
Yeah.
And we know there's another load
Mm.
on top of your daily whatever you need to do,
Mm.
right? So yeah, hopefully we can relieve the burden a little bit.
I think
moms.
especially so for maybe
parents,
soon to be
dads.
parents, like
Yeah.
when they're transitioning from like a
Yes.
couple to having a new baby,
Or even from one kid to
to
two,
two, which
or
is
even 2 to 3 or more.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it really depends on how many rooms they have, how much things they have. Even just having one extra person,
Yeah.
even a helper, even a grandparent or auntie or a confinement nanny, it's going to make a big difference.
Yeah.
Like one person and their belongings adding into this into this home, it's going to make a big difference, right?
Yeah.
And if it's not tidy, it's going to affect the mom,
Everyone.
the mom's relationship and the mom's behavior and everything, everyone, even the baby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very important to have a clear system. And we've also worked with many soon-to-be parents, and also like from one kid transitioning to 2 kids. Work with plenty of parents, and as parents ourselves, we have 2 kids each. We really understand the struggles, the common pain points, right? And the thought processes that that comes up when it comes to keeping your home organized and easy to maintain. Yeah. And also even like managing the spouses, right?
Yeah. That's another thing, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
another thing. Like I mean, we're quite blessed that our spouses are
Yeah.
simple men.
Yeah, simple man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've encountered clients with spouses who may not be so receptive to decluttering, and sometimes they also want to take this opportunity by engaging us to sort of prove to their spouse that this transformation or this investment is worth it, right?
Yeah, we've had that.
Yeah, but we also had times whereby the client don't want us to let the husband know.
Yeah, we've had those also. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as usual, we respect every situation. And all kinds of transitions also, right? Like getting married, getting divorced, separated with or without kids, all kinds of situations. Yeah.
And with every life stage change in your life stage, there's a lot of also the emotional baggage that comes along with it.
Yeah.
Which is why we understand that for that individual that's going through that circumstance, it is a lot to handle because they have other things to take care of, right? It could be paperwork, it could be
like
buying
death
things
of a family member.
Yeah, exactly. Grieving, grieving the loss of a relationship, which is something that you carry with for life, and you may not have the capacity or bandwidth to plan
or deal with the physical stuff, right?
That's when it might be useful to offload this and outsource this to someone else that you can trust. But yeah, I think at the end of it, at the core of it all is, as professional organizers, we are here to bring order to your chaotic lives. If you feel like your life is chaotic, it's all over the place, you need a sense of clarity. It will make a world of a difference to just have someone like us over to your place to throw some fairy magic dust, pixie dust.
Yeah, but first and foremost, we always respect the client's needs first.
And we also believe that it is important that the clients trust us.
Yeah.
And that we are a good match, right?
Yeah.
Because there are other professional organizers out here in Singapore. It really depends on what you
need,
what you need,
what you prefer.
In terms of your budget, the process you prefer, the relationship, like in terms of vibes, right? Because we really believe in vibes. And if you feel like you resonate better with someone else, go for it, no problem. And we really do think that having a good relationship with our clients is very important. It's just like finding the right ID, right? Yeah, you trust your ID because you know that they're gonna bring a vision to life. So we are the same. We are like partially IDs, right? We're like just improving the storage situation in your home.
Yeah.
Also bringing that vision to life for you. Yeah. So yes, I think that should be all for this episode.
Yes.
Okay, see you guys
time.
next time. Bye.